Hello and good morning. Welcome to Shine Your Light. I'm your host, Batul, and this is a space where we spotlight movers and shakers in our community whose work is making a significant difference to the people in this region and beyond. I am thrilled to have Abbas Sadiq of Sadiq Law Group joining us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Abbas is an attorney specializing in federal employment cases. He guides and advocates for his clients to ensure that they are treated in a fair and just manner in the workplace. This is a topic that is so important to people in our communities and beyond. Share with us some common misconceptions people have about workplace rights that you've seen in your line of work.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it. I think that's a great question. I find in my experience, Batul, a lot of times employees think that this is going to go away.
Yeah.
You know, this disparate treatment, this issue will just disappear. Let me just give it some time. Or sometimes employees think, hey, let me move to another agency. Let me move to another department. Let me find another supervisor. I find those to be misconceptions because it doesn't really go away. It's not that easy to get a transfer, and many people, they don't have the option to retire. Employees sometimes think, let me retire. Yeah. But I find that they're selling themselves short, and it doesn't really deal with the issue of unfair treatment.
So not knowing your rights is a huge problem, right? And it's very important to stay informed. What recommendation would you have for someone who feels like they're being treated unfairly in the workplace, right? What can they do? What are actions they should prioritize when they find themselves in a situation that they probably didn't expect?
Yeah, so a lot of times people come to me with issues and they don't recall all the facts. They don't know the details. And these investigations, these issues tend to be very factually intensive. Details matter. When it happened, where it happened, who witnessed it, they all can either strengthen your case or weaken your case. So these cases turn on facts, and the facts can make or break the case. So my suggestion is to try to document if there was an email exchange between the employee and their supervisor. Try to save the email. If it happened out in the hallway, if it happened in a group, try to write down when it happened, where it happened, who was there, because without these facts, a lot of times the case will just fall.
Wow, and in the moment we don't realize that we should be documenting and reminding ourselves of these details which do matter, right? And so can you share with us a success story about how your work made a significant impact on a client that you worked with?
Sure. I worked with a client, and this individual had about 4 administrative charges. So I was able to work with my client, and we had the charges reduced to 2 from 4 on the first level, and then we took it to the second level, and we had all the remaining charges removed, and it was completely cleared from my client's record. It was extremely rewarding for me and the client, and I really felt like we really accomplished something. Yeah. And we decided to go even further and pursue another remedy called an Equal Employment Opportunity Commission claim, which was another great way to deal with the issues that this client was facing.
Yeah, I imagine a huge burden lifted off of their shoulders, right? And so what is the one key takeaway you would have for individuals that are tuning in to say, hey, this is something that's really important that you should keep in mind?
I would say the most important thing is to document, as I had said earlier, because these things can happen 3 months, 4 months back, and if we don't have a strong recollection, the case totally falls apart, because usually there's an investigator involved, and they're going to want to know what happened, where did it happen, when did it happen. And we kind of lose credibility when we're not sure.
Sure.
When it's just a general allegation of, well, this happened to me, this supervisor said such and such to me and I was offended. Well, who was the supervisor? Yeah. When was it said? How was it said? Were there any other witnesses? And the other takeaway I would say is that there are frequently timelines with these. Sometimes there could be an internal administrative action,
Sure.
which has a 45-day time frame.
Yeah.
External could be 90 days, could be 180 days. So don't wait. Contact a professional as soon as possible.
And how can we contact you?
You can contact me on my website, sadiqlawgroup.com, or just call me, 301-241-0110.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, and thank you for joining Shine Your Light. Do join us again next time. Have a great day.